Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command MC 66-Day Challenge 2.0, and today is day 11. So for the first week and a half or so of this challenge, we've been very focused on our Recruits applet, and specifically the Recruit Management tab. Today, we're going to stay inside the Recruits applet. We're going to move into the Recruiting Pipeline tab, and we're going to talk about phases and stages. So very similar to how our agents have their opportunity pipelines, our leaders have their recruiting pipelines. And similar to agents, that pipeline consists of phases. For leaders, it's 4 instead of 5. And you can see the 5 phases listed across the top of our pipeline screen here. We've got active recruit, appointment, cultivate, and committed. And similar to the agents on the command side, inside CommandMC, each one of these 4 phases has stages that are available inside of each. So you can see under active recruit, we've got 2 stages already set up. Under appointment, a couple of more. Cultivate, a couple of more. And then committed, we have a couple of more. So each one of the phases has its own set of stages. Now we can create custom stages. We'll cover that tomorrow. But just as a heads up, if you're kind of wondering, well, what stages should go where and when should recruits be dropped where, you can always hover over this little tooltip, the eye icon here next to the phase. You can see for active recruit, this is when they've expressed interest in KW or have been referred to leadership. This is when we're working to get to the recruit to agree to an appointment. Then you can see when we've got the initial appointment set and then held. And then you can see we're either going to go from this phase to committed if they're willing to sign paperwork, or cultivate if we're going to continue to foster that relationship. And then of course cultivate, hey, an offer was made, they didn't commit, this is where we continue to work with them. And of course committed, pretty self-explanatory. This is where we transition the recruit into the company and essentially they go from recruit to associate, which is pretty exciting as well. So these are, again, the 4 phases, the stages within each. In a couple of days, we're going to cover smart views. So at the top here is our smart view dropdown. If you want to search for a specific recruit in your pipeline, you can use this search tool, right? So I could search for one particular recruit, and then I would have the number 1 show up, ideally, in one of these 4 phases, as long as they can be found. And then I could go into the phase and see which stage they were in. I can also filter for recruits. We'll show that in a couple of days as well. Finally, when you have multiple recruits in these stages, sometimes it can be a little difficult to see what order they're in. We can actually reorder those recruits by clicking on the sort by. And you can see we can do first name, last contacted, projected join date, or potential company dollar. Finally, here's our edit stages button. We're going to dive into that tomorrow. The ability to start creating and reordering custom stages and kind of making your pipeline the way that you see fit. But that's the basics. We're going to begin from here to create some custom stages. We're going to add some checklists. We're going to drop recruits in. We're going to create some smart views. Stay tuned for all of that. But the recruiting pipeline, one of the most powerful tools our leaders have in order to work their recruiting-based business and change the lives of agents that join Keller Williams as associates. That's it for today, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And as always, I look forward to speaking with you again real soon.